Folks, we got some bad news about the TS-940 here. Gave up the ghost during field day. I checked the fuse on the back. Not sure what happened. We're gonna investigate that, but listen to this.
All right, N5 again.
It works. The SWAN 500 works.
Number 5, Delta Echo Whiskey. Please copy 3 Alpha, 3 Alpha.
I gotta tell you, the audio
Oscar.
sounds much better than the Kenwood did.
Roger, N5 DEW2ANTX. All right, 2ANTX, 5 business buddy. Good luck out there in 73 from Alpha Fox 0 Sierra. Yours at Uber 9 Whiskey Hotel. Whiskey Hotel again. November Kilo. 0 Oscar. From November 0 Sierra 0, please copy 3 Alpha Colorado QSL.
Copy the 2 Alpha Colorado, please copy 1 Delta South Texas.
1 Delta where?
South Texas. Zero X-ray, South Texas, USA X-ray, South Texas.
Alpha Romeo.
Okay, so you heard that. We got some noise here today. So today, I got the Chameleon fan dipole 2040 meter hooked on 20 meters right now. It is a little not so inverted V dipole, a little more closer to the ground, but I gotta fix that. Anyways, so last night at like 12 o'clock, I was so hyped up that I wanted to be on field day. And then now, first it didn't work at Walmart, like I showed you in a previous video. Then the Kenwood craps out. So here we are, and would you know? Now I am going through this radio, but if you remember, go watch the last video about this. I brought it home from field day. It was just blowing from Hamfest. It was just blowing fuses. Well, I know there's caps that need to be replaced, and then there's stuff that needs to be brushed up and you're cleaned. This knob is very dirty inside. You have to go like 5 times before you can get it to receive. But I had the wrong fuse in power supply. I didn't realize there was a difference between a 32 volt fuse and a 120 volt fuse. And popped the right, I guess all I had was DC fuses in there. I guess all my DC fuses were in that one little package I had, or container, and I was just popping them, way I go, 15 amp, 20 amp, no, DC. I put an AC fuse in here, for like 10 amps, or 12 and a half amps, 120 volt, 250 volt. Came right on. Now, the lights are burned out, but so far, I had awesome video last night at 12:30 when I had the 40 meter antenna up. But forgive me, Father, I have sinned. I was in the extra portion making contacts on video, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I show everybody this, they're gonna attack me. Guys, I'm not used to something like this without a scope and not seeing the numbers. So I was like at 7.158 and 1. So I was right below the general portion, and man, I was talking out of band a couple times. So, report me, do whatever you want. I was there at about 12:30. You can file a complaint with the FCC, but it was an accident. I was so excited, and I wish you could see that video on how excited I was because I was hooting and hollering here. One push of the button on the old Turner Plus 2, and man, I was just making contacts. I don't remember where they were, but dude, the tube radio is working. This is right now powered on emergency power. It's powered on my solar battery plant in the RV. I disconnected the solar panel for charging because of the noise on my MPPT controller. But a lot of things now, I am seriously ambitious to get through this thing. It's been sitting there since that video, February, and I want to get through, start replacing caps, start cleaning contacts, start doing whatever, maybe paint up the chassis. But this thing is a 550 watt PEP input, which would be about 225 watts output. Or 550, yeah, 275. There you go. 275 watt output. And that's on a sideband, and that does like 380 or something, a CW, whatever. Or 380 input. It's all in the book. Book's right here. I've been using the book to learn how to tune this thing. It is a little bit of a process with the plate and the grid, and somebody had these marked here. The markings are really close to where I can get, the power out. Now, I can tell you that I have this thing, what appears to be tuned up where it needs to be, and then dial this back a little bit. I get about 160, 170 watts. If I sit there and play with it, use the output level and stuff, I got it dialed down to about 100 watts for field day right now. Maybe I'm tuning it wrong. Maybe it's just, dirty and old. But even if I get 100 watts out of it and not push it, I guess that's okay, because it's supposed to do like 275. I don't need it to do 275 right now. So that is the video update. And we're going to get some, maybe I'll get another piece of video. I got so many other videos that I have to get done. And unfortunately, the one I showed last night, the bamboo cubicle quad for 20 meters at the Vero Beach Field Day, the storms came through and damaged it. They had to take it down and put the cobweb up. That's a shame. Guy worked on it for 4 months for Field Day, and the storms took it out in 15 minutes. That sucks. So, yeah. Anyways, let me get back to this. By the way, I had to let this warm up like an hour this morning, because he'd be listening to the station, and I could picture him on the scope, like it would sit here, and you could hear him go, he's drifting down, I'm chasing him, he's moving again. I guess these are very drifty. Now I see what that's like. 7-3.